As I mentioned before, is essentially people investing small amounts of money, and these investments come from the crowd, and then they lend it to you, the startup or business. This is all done online as well. It's all done on a platform, and so, like I said, depending on how much the person is trying to raise, there's a blended rate in terms of what the interest rate is. It's one of the it's a popular way to invest in a business because you can get your money back relatively quickly. But generally speaking, debt crowdfunding is for businesses that have high revenue growth, right? So that means they already are making money. They are set to make more money because maybe they're going to launch a product or launch something. And so the projection of making the money to be able to pay the debt back is very likely. And the way that some of these debt instruments are packaged, you can either do like an interest-bearing loan, like I said before, or one way we've also seen it is revenue sharing agreements. So essentially, because there's revenue coming, maybe you are borrowing the funds because you need to pay your manufacturer, let's say. And so once the manufacturer finishes it and you already have an order waiting at Target or somewhere, and you can sell it to them, then once they get the revenue off of that, there's a split for that. And the way that the interest-bearing loans work, as I said before, with the blended rate, they make payments back to the investors through the platform. So it's all in one place. Any questions for me? No? Yes.
Before you go forward, can you tell?
Do you want to show a
Sure, if you click on a hyperlink.
Yeah.
After she shows you this, we'll talk a little bit about Sam's question because he wants to ask you about convertible notes. Just doesn't know it yet.
So this is a debt crowdfunding campaign by Farm One. It's closed now. They had 301 investors. They raised $446,719, and it was for a debt crowdfunding campaign. I was trying to see. If you notice, there's overview, team, terms, updates, comments. So terms, it is an investment opportunity, right? They are trying to raise, they did a convertible note. I didn't remember that. Okay. So this is a company in New York who's trying to raise all this money. They tell you what their valuation cap is, $7 million, that there's a 20% discount rate if you invest through here, right? The maximum that they could, for the convertible promissory notes is the $1,070,000, if you see right here, which is the maximum you could raise under Reg CF anyway. And then you notice that the minimum investment per investor was $500. So you can set a minimum for the investor, or you can kind of let the crowd determine what the minimum is, right? Because then you can average it later. But most people set some minimum, and you can have it as low as $250. I've seen people give $100.